Let me say good afternoon to everyone. We've got a little game that's coming this way real soon, so want to talk about that. Uh, Let me just number one, let me just give a shout out to the Astros on how well they represented the whole city. Last night was incredible, amazing, stunning. And I kind of lost my voice yelling at the television last night. But what an exciting evening, and the Astros are just making us prouder and prouder every day. The Astros are getting ready to win all three home games of the World Series starting on Friday, and Houston is getting ready to make sure these are safe and wonderful days. Look, and I'm standing here with Chief Acevedo, with Chief Pena, with Chief Sheriff Gonzalez, Karen Patman over Metro, Chief Bumpers with Metro, and Chief Tello.
Sheriff's Office, yes, sir.
Yes, with the Sheriff's Office. So a number of individuals, and Dennis Dorisky with Homeland Security. Where's Dennis? There he is, with Homeland Security. And Chief Pena with Fire. Please pull together as a team to make sure that being at the game or watching the game on TV at gatherings across town is a smooth experience. We need to take advantage of Metro's special offers to get to and from the games. We need to be patient in unusual traffic, and we need to celebrate without excessive use of alcohol and never mix drinking while driving. We need to make sure that people don't pay hard-earned money for counterfeit tickets. I know tickets will be in huge demand for the games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But please be careful when purchasing tickets that may be counterfeit or counterfeit merchandise. Your public servants will be in plain view, and behind the scenes will work to make sure that having the Astros in the World Series for only the second time is a fantastic experience for their hometown. And together we want to ensure that the World Series is an opportunity for Houston's welcoming spirit to shine. And with that said, and as you know, we take our duties as hosts very seriously. Houston is used to hosting several large events. We've done it. We started off the year hosting the Super Bowl, and now we're in the World Series. And so we're also used to addressing any accompanying increase in criminal activity. As far as human trafficking is concerned, I want to remind the community that human trafficking is not a one-time occurrence associated with a single event. And therefore, we have a comprehensive 4-year anti-human trafficking response that is already in place. I've said it before, it is because of our long-term approach that Houston has more anti-trafficking initiatives in place than any other major city. We are always as ready as we can to counter trafficking activities. And the sheriff officers and others, sister agencies will join us in that effort. So glad to see Sheriff Ed Gonzalez here. And definitely want to cheer on the Astros to victory. Now, just for some common sense and details on the security plan, let me first turn to Chief Acevedo with HPD.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, go Astros. I think we're all a little sleepy today from staying up last night. And if the kids were a little late this morning, I hope that they give them a Astros pass. But yesterday was it's an amazing game, and as a baseball fanatic, I think we're all happy. But two things that I want to start off with, and that Matt Sinkler, our executive assistant chief, talked about, and that's if you come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to bring your patience and bring in your pride. And I think that those two P's are really important, but I'm going to add a third P, and that's a phone. Bring your cell phone with you, so when you see something, you'll be able to say something by dialing 911 if you see any suspicious activity, any suspicious people, behaviors, anything that looks out of the ordinary, especially in and around any event where we have a lot of people, whether it's a stadium or any bars or anywhere else in the city. You see anything that seems out of the ordinary, please call 911. I like to say, if you treat a crowded area like you would an airport, and what you would consider in an airport to be suspicious, consider that suspicious in a public venue, especially during the next few days when we have folks. Also, obviously, we need you to be carpooling if you can, use mass transit if you can. Do not bring to the stadium big backpacks and packages and all these other things and purses, because that's going to create a problem for you trying to get into the stadium and slow down the process. The other thing that's really important for us from a public safety standpoint is the mayor hit on it, celebrating responsibly. If you're going to be drinking anywhere, whether it's at a bar or at the stadium, make sure that you plan ahead and secure a safe place, a safe way to get home, whether it's a cab, a TNC, a mass transit, buses or trains, or if you're in the downtown area, obviously you can walk. Lastly, and most importantly, if you see something suspicious, do not simply just disregard it. We're going to have plenty of resources here at the Houston Police Department, working with our federal, state, county, and local partners, not just from a heavy presence in the areas with large crowds, including the stadium, but also you're going to have a lot of surveillance, both with technology cameras, public safety cameras throughout the city and throughout the downtown area, and obviously officers that you will see in uniform and officers that you won't even know are police officers. And so I promise you, we've been working very closely with our partners in the Major League Baseball and the Astros to ensure we have a large footprint in the area at the games and throughout the entire region. So with that, I'll just turn it over to the next.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Sheriff Gonzalez.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. And thank you, Mayor Turner and your team, for scheduling this event late in the day to give us all time to recover from last night's epic Astros victory. I have to say that traffic was especially light heading into work this morning. But the Harris County Sheriff's Office is excited to partner with the city to ensure everyone's safety during what should be an exciting World Series weekend. We also look forward to helping manage security for the Astros World Series victory parade as well, as we get closer to that. But this weekend, our deputies will be on hand with the Houston Police Department at Minute Maid Park and throughout downtown, assisting the Houston Police Department with security, crowd control, and whatever else they may need. I'm proud to be joined here by Chief Tello, that's helping lead that, as well as members from our K-9 detail. I want to thank them because I get to stand up here and look pretty, but it's them that do all the hard work and the heavy lifting each day. So very. As with previous postseason games, our Skywatch Tower will be used to monitor activity on game days for 30 feet above the ground. Sheriff's Office bomb sniffing dogs will be sweeping the area, and our special response group is also on standby as needed. In addition, our patrol deputies will have an increased presence on roadways leading to and from the stadium, watching for potential drunk drivers. I want to encourage all Astros fans to celebrate responsibly and to make transportation plans ahead of time. If you plan to drink alcohol, please plan ahead, as Chief Acevedo stated. I know Chief Bumper's here with Metro, and Representative of the Chair is here as well with Metro. We're grateful that they'll be providing free rides as well. So please plan ahead. The Green Line serves the East End, for example, and goes right by the stadium, so it's a very convenient way if you plan ahead. Once again, I want to thank Assistant Chief Armando Tello, who is with me today, and his team for their efforts to keep fans and our community safe during this World Series weekend. The Astros have given our community a much-needed boost as we continue our recovery from Hurricane Harvey. I want to encourage everyone to maintain this positive energy as we continue to show the rest of the world and nation that we have the grit and community spirit necessary to rise from any tough situation. Thank you, and go Astros.
Thank you. And Chief Bumpers for Metro.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to just echo what has already been said by the Sheriff and also by Chief Acevedo. We want you to, if you see something, say something. We want to encourage you to ride the train to the game. We will ensure that you have a safe and secure ride. We will have extra personnel on the ground to ensure your safety. We also encourage you to download our app, which is Metro PD Connect app, which if you see something, you can automatically just text us and then we will respond. But yes, just know that we're here to serve you and we will be on the ground working with our law enforcement partners.
Connor, you want to add? Chair of Metro.
Just that we're delighted to be Houston strong with us all. What a game last night. And just expanding a little bit on what Chief Bumper said, our buses and rail cars now all have signs that give you a number you can call on your phone if you see anything amiss. It has the bus number, the rail car, so that's an additional security feature we've adopted. But mainly, we're just here to move you to the game, so please let us do that.
Chief Pena with the Fire Department.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, Congratulations to the city of Houston and certainly to the Houston Astros for the excitement that they brought to this city. Indeed, the Houston Fire Department has prepared as far as the incident action plan. We're staffing up additional medical, rescue, and transport units. We're also relocating and redeploying some of our existing resources to ensure that we're accommodating for the blocked streets that will certainly happen and the additional traffic that we're expecting. For the visitors to the city, first of all, welcome to Houston. I want to encourage you all to spend a lot of money here and to take advantage of the excellent amenities and restaurants and entertainment venues that will be happening throughout the city of Houston. We encourage you to do so responsibly, as has been mentioned here before. We also encourage people that are attending the game and coming downtown to use public transportation. That's going to be a huge, huge help. Wear comfortable clothing, comfortable shoes, hydrate. The weather seems like it's going to be nice for the rest of the weekend, but we encourage you guys to be responsible as far as your celebrations. For the Houston Astros, we can't say enough. We look forward to the parade at the end of Sunday, and it's not a jinx. It's not a jinx. This is encouragement. We know we're going to be. I believe. We believe that we will be here at the end of Sunday. So go Astros! Thank you all.
Dennis Dorinsky over Homeland Security.
Thank you, Mayor. As we do on all major events, we will be activating our Emergency Operations Center, where we'll have every police agency, responders, service agencies, intelligence agencies, all combined in one location. Our purpose will be to, first of all, coordinate activities among the different agencies to keep situational awareness so we know what's going on in the field. We'll be monitoring through our video system and other technologies that we'll be using. And lastly, and most importantly, we're there to support the people in the field who will be doing the first responders, the police officers, the firefighters, and so forth. And lastly, in the event of a major event, a major occurrence, we'll be ready to institute our consequence management should something happen. So we'll be prepared.
Thanks. What's important to note is that the preparation for security and transit started before the World Series started. The same degree of thoroughness that was taking place, for example, for the Super Bowl and for when we hosted the NCAA Final Four, is the same sort of detail and meticulous operation that's taking place here. We want to assure people that we have and are doing the things that are needed to do to keep and make sure that they have a safe experience. We want people to enjoy themselves. We want them to come out to support the Astros, to be there, to be as loud as they were, if not louder, than Saturday night of last week. Last Saturday, they were extremely loud, and I heard them all the way in College Station. So this time we want people, they won't want them to be so loud that they can be heard in L.A. But we are prepared, and I have all the confidence in police and the Sheriff Department and Homeland Security, in Metro, in the Fire Department to do and continue to do everything that they need to do to keep us safe. Having said that, any of the persons up here can take any questions that you may have.
Chief Pena, question for you.
Chief
Could you
Pena.
give us some specifics on HFD's fleet in terms of the assets and resources at your disposal and what your specific plan is going to be for coverage downtown in
Sure.
terms of fire and EMS?
Right. So we're going to staff up an additional 4 ambulances that will be in the downtown footprint. Some of those will be within the hard perimeter that's established by law enforcement. Some of those will remain outside in the soft perimeter, but ready to deploy into the downtown area if needed. We're staffing up a rescue unit. Hazmat units also have been put in place, and certainly within Minute Maid Park, we're going to have inspectors in there to assist with crowd control and some of the other aspects that fall under the purview of the fire department. So we're prepared. We have the assets needed in place now, and we'll be ready to for the anticipated crowd, and we're expecting I don't know, 40 to 50,000 additional people within the downtown area. So that's what we're planning for.
So are you moving from other areas of the city downtown to accommodate the need that you're expecting downtown?
So none of the other areas around town are going to suffer as a result of these operational adjustments. We're going to add additional units. We're going to staff up additional units for the weekend. So we'll have those in place in anticipation of the increased crowds.
And please bear in mind, this is special events and big events are nothing new for the city of Houston. This is something we've always done, and we've done extremely well. So this is not a new experience for Houston, Texas, okay? This is another major event in the city, and we are exercising that degree of preparation that we've done in the past.
Mr. Mayor, or,
Yes.
or Chief Acevedo, do you have any specific plan with the homeless camps that are around Minute Maid Park, near Minute Maid Park? Anything specific to that?
We are going to continue to patrol our areas, all of the areas. We're going to take whatever steps we can to make sure that we have cleanups, as we do throughout the city of Houston. But we are not moving anyone, if that's the question. We're not moving anyone because of this game, no.
But we'll have visibility in the
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
How does this compare for the World Series versus the Super Bowl? I know the Super Bowl was hosted in February, so anyone can answer that. More than just one day. It's, you know.
Right. Metro carried 700,000 folks from the Super Bowl and to the parties and during that week. And as the mayor said, Houston is very seasoned at doing this. Metro's very, very seasoned at doing this. So I would anticipate from the transit standpoint, it will be analogous. You know, free rides, we gave them then, plenty of safety security. Our own personnel will be ambassadors at all the rail stops to help people find their way where they need to go. And it worked seamlessly then, and knock on wood, it will again.
Chief, you want to add to that?
And that's free rides on rail with a ticket to the game. Not free rides on the entire system.
And the difference is, again, that Super Bowl, you plan for years in advance, 3 years in advance. Our team put together a comprehensive plan. You visit different sites. But like has been said time and again, we take the lessons from the Super Bowl in every single one of our special events, and we apply those lessons to our crowd control and our safety and security plans for this. The one thing I want to add that to the mayor's comments on the homeless camps, we know that the vast majority of the people in those camps are homeless, but they don't bother anybody. But we also know we have criminal transients that are in those camps, and I assure you that we're going to have an increased presence in the camps to ensure the safety of everyone in and around them. And we're actually increasing our presence not just for the games, but for the upcoming weeks and months ahead.
Chief, has HPD at all been working with any of the high-rises nearby the hotels, the residential units, to beef up their own security?
No, what HPD has done is actually has their own, and I'm not going to talk about our actual strategies, but have their own counter sniper capabilities and high ground capabilities in case we ever have an issue of an active shooter type situation. But we work on a regular basis with all of our tenants and all of our partners at the high rises talking about security, because security and safety is not just a one-day event. It's not a 3-day event for Super Bowl. It's a daily ongoing event. When you're the 4th largest city in the country, it's something that we deal with all of our partners, including the Houston business community and all of the folks that own the businesses and the big high-rises downtown.
Chief, you mentioned that with the Super Bowl you have years to prepare, whereas the World Series just a few days. Does that create any kind of extra challenges as far as preparing for security?
No. Well, first of all, we don't want to jinx the Astros like these guys are doing. And you'll notice the mayor's the only guy that didn't say anything about a parade, and I'm not either. Because as you recall yesterday, the Dodgers tweeted after they went up 3-1, which way to Houston, which, to be honest with you, irked the heck out of me. And I think the Astros must have seen that and said we might have something to say about that. This is what we do. I mean, this is what we live for. This is what we train for. This is what we exercise for. You saw what happened with Harvey, where our organizations came together to an unprecedented event, and we rose to the occasion. And we're ready for this, and we're excited about it. But I will say one last thing. You know, sometimes fans think that this is an us versus them. baseball is an American passion and pastime, and we all expect in this welcoming city that Mayor Turner talks about all the time, for our fans to treat everybody, whether they're wearing Houston caps or Dodger caps or Yankee caps, everybody has a right to cheer for their team without being accosted, harassed, or assaulted. And we will come down very quickly and very hard on anybody, whether it's inside or outside the stadium, that harasses, accosts, or assaults anyone simply because whether they're wearing somebody else's team jersey or because they don't like anything about them. So just, like Chief Slinkard said, bring your patience. I added bring your phone. But most importantly, let's bring our Texas pride, our Houston pride, and let's show the world how we do these things with respect for ourselves and respect for our visitors.
For the mayor or Metro, is
Yes.
there any kind of concerted effort or to work with the downtown district to get people that work in downtown on Friday out a little early, or maybe even not to come to work on Friday, just to ease any kind of traffic situation?
Let me just, for some reason, I don't think it's going to be a problem of getting people to leave early on tomorrow. For some reason, I'm thinking that the sports bars and everything are going to get crowded sooner. For people who don't have tickets, I don't think they're going to wait until 5 o'clock. I think employers tomorrow in Houston, especially in the downtown area, are going to be a lot more lenient, except for city employees. I want them to know I will be walking the hall at 5 o'clock, But I do want us to. I started my orange early, okay. So tomorrow is Orange Day. Quite frankly, I started early because I know this is about the Astros, but tonight the Houston Dynamo start their playoffs. Okay, I don't want to forget about the Dynamo, and they are orange too. Okay, I'll be there later on this evening, and we're going to carry it over. I am going to change clothes, for tomorrow. But tomorrow is Orange Day. Tomorrow is Orange Day. I am saying to employers, number one, I appreciate some of the building owners saying, go Astros on the building. That was very, very nice. I know tomorrow City Hall will be lit up orange for the Astros. So hopefully employers, and I know they're into the spirit. And so I know employees would want to kind of leave early. If those that don't have the tickets, they certainly want to go and be wherever they want to be to watch the game. I'm going to encourage people to come early, those who have tickets and intend to be in the downtown area, to come early so we don't get into the mad rush. Okay, so come early so you'll be patient, so you don't lose your temper, you don't get frustrated. I do want to reemphasize what Chief Acevedo had to say. We're going to be good hosts tomorrow for people who are coming from outside of our city. We're going to be good hosts. We're going to cheer for the Astros, but we're going to be respectful of everybody else. But tomorrow is one of those days that our employers, be mindful. People got their attention on the Astros, so they may not be as productive. But get to the game early, and so that we don't have a lot of big, huge traffic jam. Okay.
Mr. Mayor, Chief Bumpers had one other
Sure,
comment.
I just wanted to add something, and you all can help us push the safety message when you're around trains, whether cycling, driving, or walking. Make sure that you're safe. Stop, look, and listen around the trains and the tracks. And there are also call buttons on every Metro platform. So if there is an emergency, you can push that call button. Thank you.
Sure.
Just real quick, I know we have some Spanish media here, so just real quickly, just wanted to say, de parte de la ciudad de Houston, el alcalde Turner, todos nuestros compañeros aquí en la seguridad pública, el jefe Acevedo con Houston, el Chief Pena con el Departamento de Bomberos, todos estamos colaborando para estar seguro que este evento, esta serie mundial del World Series va a ser exitosa para la ciudad y también para nuestro equipo, es nuestra esperanza. Queremos que todos se divierten, pero que al mismo tiempo que usen precaución, no anden conduciendo si están intoxicados, y porque vamos a estar en la alerta y vigilando, y también traten de utilizar a Metro también. Hay muchas líneas, la línea verde, por ejemplo, sirve a la parte este de la ciudad, que por favor traten de coordinar con anticipación de toda la gente que va a estar ahí en el centro, pero todos estamos colaborando.
Thank you. I couldn't have said it better. Having said that, feel free to talk to any of these individuals directly. I know that they would love to talk to you. But look, go Astros. An exceptional game last night. And so let's cheer them on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay? Thank you all for being present. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, boss. All right.